Hello friend, this is TomekD from the Coin Dictionary, and this is part 4 of my series when I go over each and every coin type from Communist Poland, from oldest to newest. In this part, we'll discuss the designs which were being minted between 1975 and 1985, or at least those which are considered to be separate in style to the previous and following periods. I think that I will do a quick recap when it comes to the previous periods, and let's just start. The first coins minted in Communist Poland were introduced in 1950. They included 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, 50 groszy, and 1 złoty. These coins were minted mostly out of Poland, since the mint was destroyed in the war. These coins were minted in aluminum, bronze, and copper nickel. All of them had the date of 1949, which was actually backdated, since these coins were minted slightly later than this. And they had the name of the country Rzeczpospolita Polska, which was changed in the following years. So this is the lineup of Polish coinage in the early 1950s. In the following years, the designs were slightly changed, with the aluminum versions of all of the designs larger than 2 grosze. All of these coins still bear the date of 1949, which is an anachronism. So this is how the Polish coinage looked up until 1956. In 1957, there was a total overhaul when it comes to coins, and a lot of new designs were introduced. So let us begin. First off, the 1 and 2 grosze coins were phased out entirely and no longer minted. In fact, the first time they were minted again was in 1990. The 5 grosze coin was downsized. The other designs stayed the same, but they received the new name of the country, Polska Rzeczpospolita Ludowa, and the coat of the arms in the middle was slightly changed. So all of these coins were also removed from being minted, but still remained legal tender. The new 10, 20, 50 groszy and 1 złoty were minted actually up until 1985. However, this is not all that happened. They were also released new denominations. There was the 2 złote, 5 złotych, and 2 designs of 10 złotych. If you want to know more about these coins, you can check my reviews on them. I have covered already all of these coins, so don't worry if I don't cover them in detail here. This is how the lineup looked in the late 50s and early 60s. Somewhere in the late 60s, these 2 coins, which were actually minted alongside each other, were downsized, as you can see. And these were phased out. So this is where our story of the 1975 to 1985 designs begins. In 1975, the coins received a huge overhaul in style, and this is somewhat connected to what was happening in the country at that time. Communist Poland received regular strikes and protests from workers and basically everyone, since nobody liked the communist regime and everyone wanted to overthrow it, which resulted in inflation. The inflation is not going to be noticeable just yet. However, when we'll arrive to the late 80s, you will see what I mean. And the inflation peaked in the early 90s. So in 1975, and to refresh the look of the coins and to make them cheaper to make, some changes were made. So first off, the 5 groszy coin was removed. The 10, 20, 50 and 1 złoty coin stayed exactly the same. Nothing changed there. However, the other ones received a huge overhaul. The 2 złote coin was made smaller and cheaper to make and composed out of brass. The 5 złotych followed with the same design philosophy as the new 2 złote. And the 10 złotych coins, which were commemorating Mikołaj Kopernik and Tadeusz Kościuszko, were downsized once again and made to commemorate Bolesław Prus and Adam Mickiewicz. They were still composed of copper nickel. If you don't know who these persons are, don't worry, I will arrive to that in the reviews themselves, so you are not missing anything. In 1973, the 20 złotych was introduced for the first time. I could have grouped it in the previous category, the 50s and 60s, however it does not follow the same design style, and I decided to group it with the 70s and early 80s. In 1974, the second design of 20 złotych was introduced with Marcelino Wodko. So these are the coins that were circulating in 1975 to 1985. I will not cover the smaller denominations since, as I said, they have not changed in the slightest. And if you want to know everything about them, I suggest watching my reviews. So these are the coins which I will be reviewing from now on in this period. There were also introduced the 20 and 50 złotych commemoratives, as well as some silver commemoratives from 1974 to 1976. However, I will arrive to them when it's due. So, thanks for watching and see you in my first video from this period with the 2 złote piece. Thanks for watching and see you.